harder. They're playing defense on us harder down here. We're kind of tiptoeing on our cuts. We got to up our level.
And Dwayne Casey imploring his guys to put forth a greater effort. Feels they're getting out hustled.
That's right. I mean, the one thing coaches cannot stand is a lack of energy. Expect these guys to ramp it up from an intensity standpoint.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup. But we'll see how much things change up here. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. And Golden State looking at who they've got. The incredible shooting pair of Curry and Thompson in the backcourt. JaVale McGee is out there with Green. And it's Durant in at the 3 slot. Chris, you played for 5 different teams. How much does the city you live in and call home matter during an NBA season?
Well, it's different for everybody. You know, it's different for everyone. It was great to go home to Detroit for me because I wanted to live and stay in my city. I wanted to eat my mother's cooking before the game. You know, not many times could I do that. You know, I can only do that once or twice or once a year playing on the West Coast. So, you know, those type of things, being close to your family, you know, if you have younger siblings or children, that type of thing, you know, if you have kids with school they go to, you know, I've seen players take and weigh all those things. But for me, I've just been blessed to play in some great places with great fans. Washington, D.C. was a wonderful place. You know, that city really showed us a lot of love as a young team trying to find our way. And then Sacramento, you know, just some of the greatest fans in the world as well, just embracing us. And they had embraced the Sacramento Kings in so many losing seasons. So that's just who they were. Their character was just that of encouragement. And so I'm glad that we were able to give the people of Sacramento what they have been waiting for so long, and that's some exciting basketball. And so, you know, the cities that you play for are very important. And me as a fan, you know, I still thank the Bad Boys for how they represented the city of Detroit during those years, and Isaiah and Joe Dumars and Bill Laimbeer. So for me, just from a fan perspective, the relationship with the city, the players, is always important.
Well said. And there's the call on Durant. And player rest has become a hot-button issue. It's
way to work, gentlemen. Let's go now. Hustle up. I love the energy, fellas.
Thing is that if you're a lottery team and you aren't playing your players, and I think the fans should be upset with you. I think the coach should have to answer, the GM should have to answer, the president should have to answer. I mean, the reason why you should continue playing is to get better. There's no need for rest. That's what the offseason is for. The offseasons are for the really bad teams that don't make the playoffs. They get a couple of extra months to rest and hopefully to work on their game so they can come back better players on a better team.
Great perspective. The shot's good. 9 points for Kyle Lowry.
Well, it looked as if he would never find his game after that awful first half start, but he is really hitting his stride in the second.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Curry passes to Green. Shot clock at 5. Puts up a 3. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Valanciunas has got 11 rebounds in the game. And Patterson kicks to Lowry. Trying to find Valanciunas. Gets it to him. He was all alone on that one.
Just a major size difference between the defender and shooter on that possession.
Well, when you get buckets, you have great recognition, and that was great recognition right there by him to see he had a mismatch. He exploited it flawlessly.
Raptors trail by 17. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Here's DeRozan. And the Raptors tack on 2 more.
And you can tell the defender not anticipating the step back. He was headed in the opposite direction.
Curry wide open. The basket good off the assist from Durant. And now it's 27 points for Steph Curry. Now Lowry. They set the pick. He kicks it to DeRozan. Now the dish to Carroll. And that one drops for him.
Terrific ball movement. No surprise it leads to a good shot.
Warriors leading by 16. From deep three-point range, sinks it. What range from outside? Wow. 30 points for Steph Curry. Lowry dishes to DeRozan. Pass to Patterson. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two.
Well, of course, two Canadian teams were born to the NBA in '95. But back in 2001, the Vancouver Grizzlies became the Memphis Grizzlies, leaving the Toronto Raptors as the sole Canadian survivor.
What's interesting about the Raptors and Grizzlies when they first entered the league, the Grizzlies were actually the team that seemed to be on the track for big things. But lately, the tables have really turned.
Yeah, and what's surprising to me is that as we've tried to appeal to more people in more countries with our game, we still have only one franchise located outside of the U.S., and that's the Raptors. The NBA is seeing a rejuvenation in revenues, but if we want that growth to maximize, we may need to try and broaden our international horizon.
Fast break Toronto. DeRozan leading the charge. Stolen by Durant. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That's on Patrick Patterson.
Oh, man, that's the type of play that gets a player and his teammates fired up. Durant gets the contact and still finds a way to hit the shot.
And one thing I don't think Kevin Durant gets enough credit for is
Great job, guys. Nice work.
barely shaken or thrown off his game if things aren't going his way, and always remains focused on winning and doesn't let too much throw him off course.
Lowry with the ball. Now Green defending. Lets it fly from 18. Kicks it to Carroll. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession.
That's just a clumsy turnover there. Just an errant pass that should have never been attempted.
Outside Curry. Good work defensively by Lowry. And with Durant and his ability to stay focused on the court, Greg, you're just talking about this. A big example of that was last year when all the free agency speculation was floating around.
Yeah, and that can wear on a player when all the media is talking about your future. Durant has done a great job of blocking out the media the last few seasons and just focusing on winning. I mean, his focus on the court is a big part of why he is so consistent game to game.
He's showing some tenacity on the offensive glass. That's a great play right there.
We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. Here's McGee right through the D for the layup.
And really, with every point from this point on, it seems like they're just closer to finishing this one off.
I mean, well, come on. Don't they look super confident right now? They just have to control the pace of this game, and they'll be in awesome shape.
Durant for three. They get a hand on it, and so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. Here's Livingston. The top of the key jumper is on the mark.
Oh, you have to like the play call there. Caught the defense napping a bit.
Toronto, they've gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the fourth, sinking the majority of their shots.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. You can safely say mission accomplished now for the Warriors.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And now on the year, this will take them to 28 wins.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with one game left against this squad. And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Kevin Durant.
What an excellent facilitator he was for them tonight. They were in very good hands anytime they let the offense just flow through him. And those assists just kept piling up.
And the Warriors making a change here. Curry's checked in. The shot missing. Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Ross, that's good.
So comfortable from distance, especially when no one runs him off of his spot.
Curry with it. Picked up by Joseph. The three. And it's Toronto with the rebound. There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Count it.
And this run not really doing them any good at this point, as late as it's starting to evolve.
Well, it's really too bad that they found themselves a little too late in this one.
Outside Curry. He feeds it to Livingston. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It goes in. Lucas Nogueira.
I mean, let's just think about this, the remarkable player he is. I mean, coming off of these injuries, I mean, Livingston, he's overcome so many injuries. It's been great to see him make it back and contribute at a high level.
Here's Joseph. And again, it's Toronto converting. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's Curry outside. That shot missing. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This game.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. Now we move on. Kevin Durant. As so often is the case, he was the straw that stirred up the passion, the confidence, the closing ability that we saw from his team tonight. What'd you like about his performance, Shaq?
There aren't many players I enjoy watching more than Kevin Durant, as long as I'm not on the other team, because I would have to knock him on his back. Anyway, he's as versatile and complete as you could ask a player to be. Truly an all-time great. Just got to sit back and appreciate KD on a night like this.
He had point guard numbers tonight, racking up those 8 assists. It was a really unselfish performance. He kept the D guessing all night. You could never get comfortable with him, trying to figure out whether he was going to take it for himself or set up a teammate.
And that is a wrap, everybody.